Hi everybody, my name is Ronnie and I am from A Teacher's Wonderland, and today I'm going to be talking to you about guided math. And this is going to be a 4-part series, and this is the first part of the series, and this is going to be talking about what is guided math inside your classroom and what is it completely. So the first part you need to understand is what is guided math. Guided math is a structure for teaching where a teacher supports each child's development within a small group setting. Guided math also allows the teacher to increase the level of difficulty within a group or over a few groups. So just kind of keep that in mind as we go through guided math and we go through what guided math is. Why do I do guided math? I gotta tell you, when I first saw guided math, I was like, okay, it's math rotations. Who cares? But it's not just math rotations, it's more than that. It's past that. Guided math is a program that you can use within your classroom. And it allows you to see every single one of your kids 5 days a week. I did this when I taught first grade. I did this when I'm teaching now 5th grade. And I love it. And I don't think I can ever go back to a standard classroom ever in my lifetime because of this guided math program. So it allows me to see my low kids, my low medium kids, my high medium kids, and my high kids every single day. Every day. And do I have that luxury? Yes. How long is my math block? 1 hour. But then we also, because we're 5th grade, we have safety patrol. Really, it comes down to about 45 minutes. And do I get it done? I do. I do. And I love it. And I wouldn't trade it. I do enjoy guided math. I'm always shocked when teachers come to me and say, oh, Ronnie, how could you do this? And why would you put this in your classroom? And oh my God, always something. But did they ever step outside that comfort zone? Have you? And that's what I want to make you guys do, is I want you to step outside that comfort zone. And hopefully by the end of this 4-part series, you will be able to feel comfortable enough to step out of that zone and actually implement guided math within your classroom. That is my goal. I jumped on the bandwagon. I'm a jumper. If I see something, I'm like, oh, I'm implementing it like tomorrow. I just do it like that. I'm not saying you need to, but I will tell you that some of the most amazing benefits that I've noticed have come from guided math, strictly because of this series. Some of the things I've noticed, when a student struggles, I immediately saw the mistake. There's no longer waiting till the next day when you saw when they're working on their homework, or you saw their homework, or you get their classwork, but it's like 2 o'clock and then you're checking it. You're not doing that anymore. Now what's happening is you have your math group. You have your 4 to 6 students with you at your table, and then the most amazing thing happens. You watch them do the work right in front of you. And any misconceptions that happen, you can fix it. You can change it immediately. It changes your life because you now stop them from making those little mistakes that they become so much of a habit. You don't want that anymore, so you change it. You stopped it, they stopped it. It's pretty amazing. And you know as much as I do that once you can kind of fix those little things, everything else will fall into place. And that's what ends up happening. Which leads us to number 2. It allows them to check their work. They're learning how to check their work. They have to. They may also realize, oh, wait, hey, that kid got a different answer. I got 2 plus 2 equals 5, but that kid got 2 plus 2 equals 4. What did I do wrong? Or what did they do wrong? And then it pushes them to go and actually try the work again. And they're not even just like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait to see what the teacher says. No, they start challenging themselves because you as a teacher say to them, check your work. What did you get wrong? What did you do differently? How did you get this? How did you get this? And it allows the kids to then be pushed to that next level. And that gives them that ownership where they can own their own work and say, oh yeah, no, I need to fix this. I need to change this. I want to do this. I love that part. I really do. Because I know I have, and I can already think of that kid. And I'm sure you are at this point thinking of that kid that you're like, oh man, if he just noticed what everyone else was doing, he probably would catch it. And that's another part that they're going to learn from their mistakes. And they're going to learn from other people's mistakes. That's the point of it. When students becomes the teachers, they understand more. It's just how it works. Number 3, I always ask that my kids support one another. You're going to have to work on this. And this is one that every year I'm always like, okay, Ronnie, you got to teach them how to help each other and how not to just say, oh, 2 plus 2, it's 4. Just do it. Just write it. You have to teach them how to help each other and support each other. Otherwise, you're going to have people saying, here's the answer. It's not what you want, obviously. Now, if they did notice that they had a different answer with their partner, they can go back. Some of the most amazing things are actually Kagan structures. And if you know anything about Kagan, you'll know that the structures really support each other and allow that collaboration. We use a lot of Kagan in my classroom. And if you don't know Kagan, please go check it out. Shout out to Kagan for that one. But really, it allows the students to take the time to look and then go look at the other one and look at their friend and say, wait, what did you do different? Now, this works in all grade levels. And I'm calling out to kindergarten too, because it does work with kindergarten. I'm going to start with 5th because that's where I am right now. And being in 5th grade, I can see it every day. I have 2 boys who are very, very competitive, and they are neck and neck with everything. One kid got it wrong. So the other kid looked at him and was like, I think I got it wrong. Let me check. So this kid said, wait, you're going to check your work? Let me check my work. And this kid said, oh, okay, let's both go check it. They both went and checked their work, and they both realized that the student was correct, but this one figured out why. So this one shouldn't say, hey, you're wrong. They both said, wait, let me check my work. And then you get back to number 2 and you get to hit that checking your work again. You also then get to make sure that you hit them actually partner working with each other instead of saying, hello, 3 times 3, 9, duh. They're not doing that. You're now supporting each other, which is what we need in our classroom, because that's what we need in our world, to support each other, right? Now, one of my favorite things that I absolutely love about the guided math is that I am able to see any type of remediation that needs to happen like this. I have kids that they might not get it immediately, but the next day, if I go and redo it, I'm going to be able to get them again. And I'm going to be able to kind of hit those things that they did struggle with, which is great, because I'd rather have that than sit here and wait till the day before the test and realize they have no idea what they're doing. They don't have any idea of how to add 2 plus 2, or they have no idea how to make a mixed number into a fraction greater than 1. I need to be able to hit those things before we get to the test, which is why it's so important to have that small group. Because if you have that small group, you can say, you know what? This didn't go very well. Let me fix this. Let me change this. Come here. Let me help you. Let me remediate. Let's reteach. And that's really going to be like your strong point when it comes to the guided math, especially because you're going to see it immediately, along with their classwork, their exit ticket, or even their homework at home. Hopefully, they're allowed to work on their homework and their parents don't always complete it for them, because we know that is sometimes an issue. Now, the last part is what does it actually look like for each student? And I'm going to kind of break this up into a little part here. And within your math block, you're supposed to be doing 3 things for sure. The I do, which is the I as a teacher will do. The we do, which is what we're going to do together as a group. And then the you do, which is the kids, what they do on their own. Used to be, especially like in my classroom, I don't know about yours, when I did the we do, or when I did the I do, my I do was 2 problems, maybe 3. And I would do a couple. Then we would do as a class 2, maybe 3. They would check their work. I'd rotate around the room. I'd make sure that they got this. Okay, let's see where you went wrong. But I didn't have the time to really focus on, why did you get this wrong? Why did you get this wrong? Why did you get this wrong? I didn't have the time because I'm going around and around and around the room. And then they would do the you do. And then all of a sudden they come to me and go, wait, 5 kids got this one wrong. What happened? Where did we go wrong? What went wrong? How can I fix it? That was big. That was huge. And now we don't have that anymore, because your guided math block, this is what it looks like. We do, or the I do. I do like 2 problems again. I still do the 2 or 3 problems, but then we do as a class 2 or 3 problems again, but then we kind of take a pause. Instead of me saying, okay, have fun, good luck to you. No, what I do is I take my groups and we go and we start our rotations. And at our rotations, they actually have one group comes to me first, and I go in order from lowest to highest. I do. And I go and I make sure that lowest group, they come to me and we are immediately working. They are not independent yet. Do not let them go independent because they can't do it yet. Work with them, support them, allow them to build themselves up, and then fine, then you can go and let them go and do their own classwork. That's fine. But give them that support because that's what they need. They need that support. So you start off with that group. Then you get to your next group and your next group and your next group, and or however you have it structured. Then once you are done teaching your small groups, like once I'm done teaching my first group, they're immediately going to at your seat work. Now I do allow them to do classwork together as partners because that works collaboratively and it allows them to gain a new focus for people, understand where they're coming from, hear their thoughts. Why did I get this wrong? Why did I do this? How can I change this? And that's really going to be super important. And that's building up that classroom environment as well. Now you're probably thinking, okay, Ronnie, great. What structures can I use? There are a lot of structures out there. You can use the one called Math, which is one that I actually use, which is, I changed the M. I think it's, I don't remember what the M actually stands for, but I changed it to Mrs. Air, which is me. You can do Mr. or Mrs. if you want to be the first one. The A is at your seat, the T is technology, and the H is hands-on or journal. My kids go to those rotations every single day. We actually use iReady at our school, and we have to get 45 minutes mandatory every single week of math. So that's my technology. You also have 10 Marks, which is an Amazon program, which I love. Or you have Extra Math spelled with an X, TRAmath.com, in case you decide you want to use any of those and your school doesn't have iReady. There's also iStation that I think they also have math as well that you can check out. Now you have those couple programs. Then for hands-on, I created a lot of games, and over the years I found games here, I found a game here, I found a game here, and I implement them. Or what I do is I actually will create or buy from Teachers Pay Teachers task cards. And my kids use task card notebooks, which is like amazing. So I want to hold them accountable. So they cut out the task cards and we actually glue them into their notebooks. And then we have all their answers. So that's been pretty awesome for them. Then we have at your seat, where you have Mrs. Era, which would be me. And that's where I do my hands-on activities with them. But then they go to at your seat and they work on whatever skill that I'm specifically teaching. Now, I also, just to kind of keep in mind, when it comes to like my lower kids, those kids specifically don't do all, let's say there's 10 problems. They don't do 10 problems. They don't. Why stress them out? Do they understand the skill? Give them 3 to 5 problems. Lower the amount. Obviously, your standards are going to be a little bit different because your low kids, it could take them 30 minutes just to complete 2. Why? So instead of having them take so long, give them less amount. Your next group, depending on how they did, you might say, no, you need more, or you can do the same amount. Your third group, which usually is my like high medium group, I usually say you can do 7 or 8. And then my high group, do them all. You gotta unfortunately beg and borrow and steal your time, like probably you do every single day. And you have to figure out, what do you want to do? What's important? What's not important? Unfortunately, that's part of that game. And you're going to have to see, can your kids handle doing shorter amounts of problems or doing more? You're going to have to differentiate your groups. You will have to sort them. You can obviously, probably by now, it's January that I recorded this video. So this point of the time of the year, yeah, you probably could tell. At the beginning of the year, you won't know. If you have any test scores, go off of that. If you can do like a pre-assessment, like maybe like a diagnostic in the beginning of the year, that also would be fantastic. I like to separate them out by groups. So like this year specifically, I did multiplication first, and then we get to fractions now. So I sorted them because we have test scores. So I can see what do they do well with multiplication decimals and then the fractions. And they were able to switch groups within each of those categories. With that, it does end part 1 for us. And our guided math for part 1 is done. Next week will be part 2. So make sure you tune in and you can see how to set up a guided math classroom. And again, my name is Ronnie from A Teacher's Wonderland. You can check me out at teacherswonderland.blogspot.com. And I'm always open to any comments that you want to respond to on my blog. Have a wonderful night, and I can't wait to see you all next week. Bye.